There are tons of age checker apps out there, but which one is right for your shop? In this video, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of all of the most popular age checker apps available and give you my personal recommendation of which one is most likely to prevent an underage sale. And this video starts right now. Hey, what's up? It's Jesse from VapeMentors. We get a lot of questions about age checking in our Facebook group, and I wanted to make a video recapping all the different options out there that you have as a vape shop owner and give you some ideas on how to pick the right one for your shop, because what you'll learn, I think, is that the one you're using right now is probably just a barcode scanner with a calculator on it, and for some that's enough, but others really want that security and the peace of mind knowing that when they scan that ID, they're able to detect fake IDs and really make sure that they're preventing that underage sale and be sure with law enforcement were ever to come into their shop. And so I want to recap all the different options out there and give you some guidelines on how to pick the right one for your shop. So here are some important questions to ask yourself when picking an age checker app for your vape shop. First question I would ask is, does it scan barcodes? There's some age checker apps will just look at the front of the ID and just detect the age and calculate it from there. But most age checker apps and all the ones I'm going to talk about today, they do scan the barcode. And the next question is, how do they scan it, right? Is it just with the picture on an iPhone or an iPad, or is there some scanner that needs to go along with it? The second question I would ask is, does it collect the personal data of the users that are scanning their IDs, or does it actually deliberately hide that so that you protect your customers' information? Because some barcode scanner apps will actually allow you to export user data so that you can dig deeper into age and location and things like that, and that can be really useful for marketing, but it's obviously maybe somewhat of an invasion of privacy for your customers. The third question I would ask is, does it let you set the age of the tobacco age manually, or does it update automatically based on local laws? A lot of apps will detect your location, and if you're in a city where, let's say, it's 21 but the rest of the state is still 18 or something, then it will actually change based on your location, which is important if you don't want to have to keep up, but maybe you want to set it manually. The next question I would ask is, what device can you use it on, right? Some are only available on iPhone, some are only available on Android. Do you have an iPad? Do you have a tablet? It's important to understand what's going to be like to actually use it on a day-to-day basis. One other question that's important along those lines is, does it integrate with your POS system? Right? Can you actually tie that scanned ID to a transaction so that you can literally prove that guy can say for sure that I scanned their ID and this is what they purchased and they were not underage? That could be an important feature. And then the final question, I think, and the one that I find to be the most important, is, can it detect a fake ID? Now, the funny thing about that is, what does it mean? What does a fake ID mean, right? We think we know what it means, but in today's day and age, back when I was still sneaking into bars and I had a fake ID at one point, right? That ID was only meant to fool a human. Well, nowadays, and bars and vape shops and everything, they actually scan the ID with some sort of scanner mostly. So that means that the barcode on the back needs to have some sort of intelligent encoding. It needs to be, it needs to know what the format of the data should be in so that the scanner actually works with it. There's a lot of other considerations nowadays. And there's even a second level to that where the barcode information changes because the government agencies, they understand that people are copying these barcode formats and then they're making fake IDs with them. Well, then they have to continually update them, and can it continually update with them when the government changes their formats? So there's a lot of questions to ask yourself on what a fake ID is, and in this video we're going to focus on the ID scanners that will actually scan the barcode and give you an opportunity to even detect that fake ID that is better than the ones we used to use when you were sneaking into bars and stuff. So with that said, we're going to get started, but before we do, please remember to subscribe to this channel, like it, share it with anybody else, any other vape shop owners that are have questions about ID checking, and then in the comments I want to know which ID checker app you're currently using and what you like about it. Okay, so the first app we'll go over is the app that I think most people are probably using, which is the FDA's own app. And you might think that, well, if the FDA made an app and they're calling it the age checker app, and if the FDA comes into my shop and I show that I'm using the age checker app, well, then that's some extra layer of protection for me. And I think that the reality is could not be further from the truth. I think the FDA's age checker app is literally the worst of all of the solutions out there, because of all of the ones that we're going to go over today, this is the one that is literally just a barcode scanner with a calculator. It doesn't detect your location, doesn't change the tobacco laws based on your area, it doesn't collect user data. It's completely useless, basically. And I think, don't take my word for it, take the FDA's own words for it, because in the disclaimer of of the app, of the terms and conditions when you download it, it says this verbatim. I'm just going to read this. It says, "The materials embodied in this software are provided to you as is and without warranty of any kind, including without limitation any warranty of fitness for a particular purpose." So it literally says it's not fit to do its own job. So that could pretty much disqualify it right there for anybody. So goes without saying, we do not recommend using the FDA's age checker app. It is completely useless. So the next app we're going to talk about is called the Bar and Club Stats app, and this is an app that we've been recommending for a while because it's really great for marketing. This app collects all the user data that of all the scans that you've made throughout the days and weeks and years, and you can export it, you can put it into an Excel sheet, you can figure out the average age of your customer, you can find out how far they drove to get to your shop, you can match it up to weather patterns and sales data. If you really want to get nerdy with it, this is the app that as a marketer you would want to pick. It's got other cool features too, where you can flag users. So if you got a underage kid trying to come in all the time and he keeps scanning his ID or whatever, you can flag that person. Or if this customer's a dangerous customer, maybe you don't want him in your shop for some reason, then that person can be scanned, and it can alert the sales rep. And by the same feature, you can also use it as like a VIP alert, right? So somebody comes in, oh, this person's one of our best customers, make sure he's not pissed off when he leaves. You can also buy into a database where if other people are using the same app around you, then you can find out what their demographics are. So it's got a lot of really powerful features for for a marketer, for a business owner. Unfortunately, the cons, I think, make it really difficult to recommend because it does not detect a fake ID. It can scan a barcode, but it can't detect a really good fake. And also, one of the ways that it monetizes its app is by selling your customers' data to the database that I just mentioned, and to advertisers and to other people. So you have to understand that anyone who's scanning your IDs, the Bar and Club app is taking that information and it's going to use it for their own purposes. And so take that with a grain of salt. Okay, so the next app is called Scanner. It's SCANNR. So they left out the E because they're a really cool app. And they're also really cool because they only are on Apple, because only Apple deserves all the coolest apps, right? So at the end of the day, this app is pretty much just the FDA's age checker app with a little bit better user interface and the ability to export, and it's only on iOS. So not that great, but maybe if you just want a quick solution, it could be good for you. So the next app we're going to talk about is the age checker app from WeCard.org. Now you probably know who WeCard.org is. You may even have some of the signs hanging up in your shop. They're the standard for ID support for vape shops and tobacco shops, and so they have a lot of respect from VapeMentors and from the community for what they do for making sure that you're not selling to underage people. And they also have, the app does allow you to set your location, and it'll update the tobacco age in your local area, which is a feature that's not that common in age checkers. So we really like it for that reason. Unfortunately, the cons for this app are that it's only available on iOS as of the making of this video, and it again can only really detect it doesn't really detect a good fake ID. It does have a barcode scanner, but it can't detect a really good fake ID. So for that reason, we like the WeCard.org. We love WeCard.org in general. The app itself is not really sufficient enough for detecting fake IDs, so we don't recommend it. Okay, so we saved the best for last, and the age checking ID app that we recommend over all others is called Intellicheck. Intellicheck is the only age checking ID app that's endorsed by law enforcement to be able to detect a fake ID. And the reason that's important is you have to understand that the fake IDs nowadays are so good that police officers are even having a hard time detecting fakes. So it would be silly for you to assume that you or your sales reps could be trained in such a way to be able to detect these fakes, because somebody who sees thousands of IDs throughout their career can't even detect these things. And so we think you need that technology that can read the barcode on the back of the ID and detect whether or not the format of the barcode is in line with what's currently known about the government agencies and what format they're using. And that's what Intellicheck can do. They have a proprietary database of all of the different barcode formats out there, and they can tell you right away, nope, this barcode is not legitimate, this ID is fake, and they're the only ones that can do that. And I want to remind everybody that literally during the making of this video, I had to re-record this section because Altria decided to have their 2019 investor relations meeting where they made a shocking announcement that I think all vape shop owners should take very, very seriously. And this is what they said. I'm going to read it verbatim. This is in regards to addressing the youth epidemic of vaping. It says that they're going to encourage the FDA to take industry-wide action by banning retail and vape store sales of all non-traditional flavors until the youth issue is otherwise addressed, such as by the use of advanced age verification technology or pre-market authorization. Probably both, but the key there is advanced age verification technology. And so what does that mean? Well, we don't exactly know what that means, but what I know for sure is that all the other apps I talked about today have no chance of being considered an advanced age verification technology because they can't detect these fakes. And we believe that Intellicheck has the ability to pass that threshold, whatever the FDA sets. And even after all this, after all of the obvious reasons why Intellicheck is the best age checker app, they also have really, really great features like they can integrate with your POS system. Like if you're using Lightspeed, then you can integrate with Lightspeed and tie an ID checking activity to that transaction. It works on iOS and Android, and they are really, really serious about keeping your customer data secure so that it doesn't get leaked or whatever, so you know that any IDs you scan through that app are completely safe for your customers. So there's a lot of reasons why we love Intellicheck, and we highly recommend that you go get Intellicheck set up in your shop. And if you go to VapeMentors.com or click on the link in the description of this video, there's a blog post that goes over everything I talked about in this video, including all the apps that I went over, and some of the other important things you need to know about age checking, like training your ID, your employees and stuff. At the bottom of that blog post, there's a form. If you fill out that form, somebody from Intellicheck will reach out to you and get in contact with you. You can get set up with your shop right away, and you'll get access to a very special discount that only is available to VapeMentors subscribers. So go to that blog post, scroll to the bottom, fill out that form, and get it set up with Intellicheck today. We think it's going to be an absolute game changer for you and your shop. That said, please like this video, subscribe to this channel for more vape business advice, and in the comments, please let me know which age checking app you're using in your shop and why you like it, and if you've had any violations or if you feel like you're doing a very good job. Then we'd love to hear about everything that you're doing to prevent youth access. And please also join us on Facebook. Our Facebook group is called Grow Your Vape Business by VapeMentors. We have amazing discussions about all these different things: marketing, business, hiring, firing, age checking, regulations. All are welcome. It's a great community of other vapreneurs that are trying to help each other. So with that said, thanks so much for watching, and please don't forget to go check out that blog post, and here's your success. This video is made possible by Intellicheck, the only ID scanner trusted by law enforcement to calculate age and detect fake IDs, available on iPhone and Android. 4 out of 100 IDs scanned in vape shops are fakes, and most age scanner apps only calculate age, meaning you could be unknowingly selling to minors. Go to VapeMentors.com/ID or click the link in the description to get a special deal on Intellicheck and start detecting fake IDs right now.